yesterday. Michael, welcome on to the show today on GH1 TV and also on Star FM. Fill us in. What really happened yesterday at the Kotoko training grounds when some fans will not allow the team to train with its head coach, Dr. Nartey Ogum? What really happened yesterday?
Okay, Ben, a very good afternoon to your cherished viewers on GH1. I think yesterday was one particular moment where I feel Manhyia and Kotoko fans actually exhibited one kind of anger towards their technical team in making sure that they get back to the level that they were some seasons ago when they won the league with the same coach, Coach Dr. Nartey Ogum. The team left their residence around 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon, heading towards the training grounds, which was supposed to commence around 3 p.m. So they reached the training grounds around 2:50 p.m. But when they got there, they saw a lot of supporters around, let me say, counting around 50 plus, who had red bandages, had red scarves, shouting on top of their voices, being a little bit violent towards the team bus, that they are not going to allow them to even get down from the bus and enter onto the training pitch to even train. Because the results that they've gotten, 9 matches in the league, only 1 win, it is not acceptable per the standards of the club and what they stand for. So more or less, it was like, we won't let you train. If you don't give us answers to what we want, we won't let you train. If one way or the other, you're not ready to sack the coach. So that was the agitation. So that moment, everything was quite tensed in that particular moment until Dasobiri came around and spoke with some few supporters. After speaking with them, they decided that they are not going to allow the technical team to train the boys today, but the players can get down from the bus and get onto the training pit and start training. They don't care whatever happens. So the players got down from the bus and entered the training pitch. So the people that were actually left in the bus, you talk about assistants like Asari and Moro, who are supposed to take care of the youth team, and Najao Isa, who is the goalkeeper's trainer, Baba Isa Amadu, who is the chief Mazua for Kumasa and Kotoko and Tola, they were allowed to enter the pitch because they felt that those two are not part of the problem. But the 3 that were left in the bus were not allowed to get down from the bus to enter onto the training pitch to even train the boys. That was the moment that Dasobiri raised an alarm that things are getting out of hand there for Nana Apenka to also come in, Otumfuo, who is part of the IMC, to come and speak with the fans. When he came, he personally spoke with about 20 plus fans, asking them, what is the problem? What do you want to do? What do you want us to do for you? All of these things were going on. And after he listened to them, he asked them to be patient and to be calm. By the time he was done, a lot of supporters' heads had come in, including the Ashanti Regional National Circle Chairman, Mr. Alex Menu, who also came around to make sure that they calm the supporters down. So there was a meeting on the pitch between the players, the IMC, and the leaders of the supporters to reflect on what had happened that particular moment. But they could not actually keep long for that time because they felt quite scared a little bit due to what the supporters were doing. And some of them were a little bit rowdy. So Kotoko addressed them for a few minutes and told them that they are going to have an extensive discussion at the team's residence. So all of them should move back to the team's residence. And that was when the players were dispersed. Everyone got onto the bus. And the bus moved to the residence of the players, and the meeting was carried out. What happened yesterday at the residence in terms of the meeting is something that I'm not privy to in terms of the details with it. But one thing I can assure you about is there is going to be a meeting at Manhyia tomorrow with Otumfuo, Otumfuo the second, the chief patron of the club and the owner of Manhyia and Kotoko. 10 a.m. He's meeting the playing body, the technical team, and the IMC. And he's not going to meet them all together. He's going to meet the players secretly, speak with them, understand their problem. He's going to speak with the technical team, speak with them and understand their problem. He's going to speak with the IMT, understand their problem. Then they'll try and solve the problem from there.
Tomorrow between Otumfuo and the team is going to be separate meetings, like you said, with the playing body, with the coaching staff, and then the IMT.
Yes, that is what is going to happen tomorrow at Manhyia 10 a.m.
Are the supporters also involved in these meetings, the supporters?
supporters will be briefed after the meeting has taken place. That is what Kotoko told the fans, the leaders of the supporters, that this meeting is not about them. They will need to sort out their differences within their strengths. And after that, when they come out, they'll come and brief them about whatever went on, whatever happened, and what they can do.
Okay. So on your screens currently, just some moments ago was the incident. That's what it is. On the incident at the Adakojachi grounds when some supporters, masked up at the grounds and will not allow the team to train, especially with Coach Nartey Ogum joining the team to train at the grounds. Now, online is our man, Michael Akomia Jemfi. He is based in Kumasi with Sompa TV and radio, giving us a briefing on how things are panning out. Michael, let me get back to you again now. So, with this meeting, is there a possibility of the coach being sacked to appease the fans like they are calling for?
Yeah, there is a high possibility for Coach Ogum not to continue as the head coach for Kumasi Asante Kotoko due to what the supporters want. What happened after the game against Iswatremai, which I was previewed to, where some leaders of the IMC were very angry. And they thought that was the moment he can call it a quit. They just didn't want to force him. Nobody wanted to force him out of the team. But they felt that it's honorable for him to understand and know the kind of situation that is on ground and respectfully resign so that it does not bring out a lot of anger from people. Now, it's a matter of, are you going to sacrifice the coach for the joy of the supporters? Or you are going to keep the coach to face the wrath of the supporters? I don't think he will have to face the wrath of Kumasi Asante Kotoko supporters. It's a different club altogether, just like a class of folk. These two teams, whenever their supporters start doing something, it's better you listen to them. So yesterday was just a sign. And I don't think these supporters will even be ready to come to the stadium to come and watch games if Ogum remains as the head coach of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. All of these factors are there. But I think where they have a little bit of problem is the clauses that they have with him. Because Coach Ogum receives $4,000 a month as the head coach for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And if there are contractual terms between him and Kotoko, imagine the number of years that he has left. And you are sacking him. How much are you paying him off? All of these things will have to come into context. So it's not about just moving out, telling him that I don't need you again, go out. But it's about following due protocols to understand what will happen. Who am I going to bring in? Following proper organizational guidelines to make sure that you do the right things and get it right, even with the next appointment that you are going to do. But what the fans want, the mood around the club, the decisions I've heard that has been going on, Coach Ogum is like 80% out of Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Okay. And are those calls fair on the coach? Because I'm asking so because I recall before the season commenced, the coach himself, together with other members of the IMT, met the media, and it was clear that it was going to go on a rebuilding process, if you like, or program for the team, which will mean results will not be going the way they really expect. So why the turnaround then if results are not going their way? It was not expected that things will not go as indeed as fans were expecting because they announced a rebuilding process. So why this turnaround and the calls for him to be sacked anyway?
Then, I think if you even go back and listen to the video again by His Royal Highness Otumfuo, there was a part which he said that if you don't perform me, I'll sack you. So you can go back and you can take a look or listen back to the video. And that was the moment he said that particular thing after telling that he has given him all the support, the necessary logistics to be successful as Kumasi Asante Kotoko coach in terms of rebuilding. I think Kotoko supporters are not so much angry with the word rebuilding. I think Kotoko supporters are angry with the lack of progression when it comes to the rebuilding. The players that was bought on from the transfer market that just ended, the players that came in. How can you go to Bekum Chelsea and decide that Henry Ansu is the best centre back in the Ghana Premier League? You are going to buy him. Meanwhile, at Bekum Chelsea, he was actually on the bench, not playing, watching Yaldankwa and Zakaria Husseini play all the time. How can you go to Bekum Chelsea, see a lot of players there and say that you want Kalu Watara, who has not even scored 10 goals in the Ghana Premier League before, to bring him to come and do what? So these are the questions, legitimate questions these fans are raising about even the kind of players that they brought into the club. And they feel like you want to do a project, but the signs are not there. The signs are not clear. and it's a huge problem.
So the meeting is tomorrow at Manhyia, and so by end of tomorrow, like you said, 80% as it stands now, Ogum will be on his way out of Kotoko.
I would say that 80% sure of that particular kind of decision. The only stumbling block for Ogum leaving Kotoko as a stance might be his salary and the clauses that is pertaining in his contract when it comes to sacking him from the club.
Okay. Interesting. Thank you very much. Michael Akomia Jemfi is our man on the ground. Thank you very much for your time with us. Michael Akomia Jemfi is with Sumpa TV and radio in Kumasi with a report on the happenings in Kumasi around Kotoko. Crisis meeting has been called, like you heard him say, by Otumfuo for tomorrow. He will meet the players separately, meet the technical staff separately, and then the IMT separately before, decisions are taken. Interesting happenings in Kumasi.